Hey guys, it's Sarah. Excuse the way I talk in this video because I'm pretty sure I have allergies. I'm pretty sure it's not a cold though. But anyway, I'm not here to talk about my ailments. Today in this video, we're going to be discussing 10 different topics, which is a lot. So anyway, here's the latest news that's been happening in the past couple days. Okay, so the first topic is Harry pictures. To be honest, Harry is really good at hiding, so when we do see him, it's like a blessing. But let's just look at these pictures. Take Me Home Harry is back. His hair is now completely growing out. But Harry was leaving a coffee shop in Los Angeles, California on Friday. And as you can tell by the pictures, Harry can always tell when you're taking a picture of him. He has like this sixth sense. Other than Harry being gorgeous, people notice two other things. The first one is Harry's shirt. So the first time I saw it, I thought it was just a regular yellow patterned shirt. But then someone found it online. And this says 1950s rayon men's tropical shirt in golden yellow and brown watercolor style background of sunset and crashing waves with blue and white detail of ships, birds, lighthouses, and life preservers, brand pennies. So it has a lighthouse, sunset, ships, birds, hearts, and anchor, and is that a compass? So yeah, now anti-Larrys can't say that Harry's not a Larry shipper. I mean, he's literally wearing like a nautical themed shirt. Also, not only that, Harry still has his pink phone case. And I don't know if you guys remember, but about a couple months ago, we saw Harry with the same pink phone case. And I didn't think that Harry would still have it because Harry's rich and everything, so I thought he'd just buy another phone case or maybe update it. And I'm really happy that Harry still has it because it shows that he's still proud to have a pink phone case, like he doesn't care. Also, speaking of Harry, a couple weeks ago he made this video for a person. I think his name was Scott, and some bad things were happening in his life. So during the video, Harry just sent out a good message to him. And I love the video because Harry's little hairs are poking out, but he's still the same Harry with his short hair. He still talks the same. Next topic, Louis' fake pap walk. Now, all of you wanted me to talk about this, and to be honest, I wanted to talk about it as well because this is really big proof, and I can't believe that we actually got to witness this on camera. So it says, watch this pap video of Louis and then tell me they don't call the paps on themselves. I dare you. And it says, which club was this? Is this recent? And they said Warwick nightclub, November 16th. And then during the video, one of the paps says, hey Louis, what's your hotel name? Mr. Upgrades is Harry's. I don't know why they said that. I don't know why they brought up Harry's name to Louis, but it was when Louis was starting to get in the car. This says, the point is all year y'all were saying that he didn't call the paps on himself, and that video just proved that we are right again, and that he does it just like every other celeb in the world. That's literally it. If you're sitting here saying Larry's are being extra, you are probably just pressed that you have been proven wrong once again with good visual proof. Exactly. It's like no one ever believes us Larry's. We're not delusional. This person says, go watch this video. This is the night they went down a back alley to avoid the paps. This says they didn't call the driver. That's why they had to do it again. I'm crying. The pap said, Tomlinson, let's do it. Louis says, yeah, gets set up and begins to walk. Other pap to Ollie off camera. Hey, did you call your driver? Ollie says, say again. The pap says, did you call your driver? Ollie comes into frame and tells Louis they didn't call the car and had to do the walk again. Louis does it again. The second walk included the pictures that were released. This says you can hear them say, where's the beard? And are you ready? And quiet on the set, please. And right, start rolling. This is the biggest proof that he phones paps. So, yeah, holy shit. To be honest, I don't even know how to react to this because I'm just shocked. Like, I'm not shocked because we all knew this, but I'm still shocked at the same time that we actually have visual proof this time, like hardcore proof that people can't deny. Like, we're not just making up this shit. And I saw the videos. Like, sorry guys, I'm not going to be putting them in the video. It takes a while for me to get the video, put it in here, copyright stuff, blah blah blah. I have retweeted the videos on my Twitter, so if you guys want to see the video, just go to my Twitter, or maybe I'll try to leave a link down below. They were literally calling paps on themselves. The whole thing was staged. It was fake. It was like a movie set kind of. So now people can't tell us that Louis doesn't call paps on himself. And this is what I was saying in my past videos. It's funny how all the other boys barely get papped. I mean, I never really see Liam with Cheryl that much, but Louis is the only one who gets like papped the most, and now we know why. Also, speaking of Louis, we got new pictures of him. This guy Peter tweets out saying, at Louis Tomlinson, thank you for making my daughter's day with your video message. She can't stop smiling. Very grateful for your time. Oh my god, when I saw this picture of Louis, I couldn't stop looking at it. I think it's his eyes, like they're so pretty. And his little cute hedgehog smile. He's so small. Also, we got this picture of Louis, and he was in Sheffield November 25th. So that's all great and all. Louis looks great. He looks healthy again. I'm really happy for him. But then this tied into Danielle and Freddie. And to be honest, guys, after I read these posts to you, you'll agree with it. So this says, someone pointed out that Freddie will have his first Thanksgiving with his family, and here Louis is in London. Another reason this is laughable. This says, how is Louis leaving to the UK interesting though? Like, he was just there last month and has been quite a few times this year, and even stunting while there too. Unless Babygate ends as a result of this trip, I can't bring myself to be even remotely interested, sorry. And this person replies, because it's yet another holiday, a major moment in his son's life that he would be missing. That's why it's interesting to me. Another thing the antis wouldn't be able to explain in this men's. This says, so Louis missed his son's first Halloween and looks like he's gonna miss his first Thanksgiving. If we keep at this rate, he's gonna miss his first Christmas and first anniversary as well. This says, in the spare on 10 months, Louis already went to London, Utah, Atlanta, Cabo in Mexico, Vegas, London again, Monaco, New York, London, Ibiza, London, Vegas, London again. One of those trips to London, the first one, was for the Brits, so let's say it was for work, even though Harry and Niall could have attended since they were both there. Another time was for his granddad's funeral, and of course he might have wanted to visit his family, so London is pretty justifiable. But what about all of the other places? What about all the times he fucked off to party and get drunk? If you sum up all the trips, I'm pretty sure it will make something like 2 or 3 months, and Freddie is just 10 months. That would mean he was out 1/3 of his newborn son's life. Now, considering he's in the middle of a supposed custody battle, do you really think he would travel that much for pleasure purposes when we can barely see his son and he has to exchange in parking lots and in Starbucks? If you are okay with that, Louis, I don't know what to say, because that Louis lets the Paps chase his newborn son everywhere. This Louis does not match the Louis that is crazy about children and does everything in his power to protect them and make them feel happy. This Louis doesn't match the Louis that when he is with children he is so happy his smile could split his face in two. This Louis does not match the Louis that suffers when he cannot celebrate his little sibling's birthday and will do anything to protect his family. These two Louis are very different kind of people. The narrative Louis, the one who has a son called Freddie, is not the Louis I believe in, and certainly not the Louis I stand. The Louis we know and love would never behave that way. Fuck. That was a lot, but I really couldn't agree more. And I think I might have mentioned this in my last video. Like, yes, I'm sure Louis is trying his best, but the Louis that we know loves children, will protect them as much as he can, and the way he acts with Freddie in this whole Babygate situation, this doesn't seem like the real Louis, so that's why it's so hard for me to believe all this. And it's funny how it seems like he's never in Freddie's life. He's off somewhere else partying or going to a concert or whatever, and I'm glad someone finally put it into words. Next topic is Danielle on Lottie's Snapchat. This person says she should be with her family and celebrate Thanksgiving. And where is she? On Lottie's Snapchat doing the mannequin challenge? This says she honestly doesn't give a fuck about anything but stunting. She skipped a work event without thought to the fans she fucked over so she could attend Soccer Aid, and ended up with tabloids printing a picture of a random girl in the crowd claiming it was her. She skips a major holiday in the United States without thought to her family so she can what? Star in Lottie's Snapchat video for 1D fans who don't care about her aside from her connection to Louis? No wonder Louis can barely seem to stand her presence at this point. I'm genuinely wondering what the fuck is wrong with her. And for all of you in other countries who think that it's okay to skip Thanksgiving, well, I'll read you these posts. It says, I'm not American, but I know Thanksgiving is a big deal and a family celebrated holiday, and the fact that she just skips that for no apparent reason, like, bye. That's the thing, I can't imagine any American, none that I've met anyway, choosing to skip the holiday, like ever, unless they really had to for an important reason. Even my drug-addicted cousins make the effort to come to Thanksgiving dinner. And especially for someone like her who rarely sees her family or friends from home. And she was just in the UK 3 weeks ago. She spends the holiday cooking with her family normally according to the people who have been fans of her for a while. Like, there is just no excuse for this, and people who aren't American and who don't understand the importance of holidays to us can go off all they want about it not being a big deal, but I sure as fuck think Danielle's extended family would be like, what the fuck about this? And I will definitely judge her for it. It's just another thing on the long list of shit she's done. Yes, was this really coincidence? When she wasn't with Louis, she'd be spending Thanksgiving with her family, but now since she's with Louis, she's like not doing that? This says it honestly makes it all the more hilarious he's with her on this day rather than staying to even see his kid for an hour. Something you'd think he'd be grateful for this year. I mean, Louis has no reason to be thankful for anything. He doesn't celebrate Thanksgiving. But yes, if he goes along with Brianna that well, why isn't he spending the holidays with her, his kid, and her family? Thanksgiving is a huge family holiday here. It's the start of of our holiday season and it's not something you just miss with no reason. So going with your fake boyfriend when he and his family don't celebrate the holiday and your family does is super close is just so sad and desperate, especially when you consider the other events for her career she has skipped this year for stunting opportunities. Coming from Danielle's point of view, she's basically saying, hey mom and dad and brother who I rarely see, I'm just gonna skip a holiday gathering that we always spend together for no reason at all, and I'm not going to bring my boyfriend over to celebrate the holiday and see you even though you haven't seen us in ages. I'm just gonna go to be with his family who doesn't celebrate it and we couldn't wait another few days. Sorry, bye. No guy would ever convince me to skip Thanksgiving with my family, especially when I see them so infrequently. And really, it should have been him who went to her family for the holiday since he doesn't celebrate it, but her family does. That would be the logical and kind thing to do, but nah, nothing normal ever with these people. That's so true. Why did she go hang out with him when he doesn't celebrate it? If anything, he should have went to her place to celebrate it. Like, this really doesn't make sense. This says this wouldn't even be normal if it was a real relationship, because realistically, why wouldn't he just be spending Thanksgiving with her family? He doesn't seem to have anything he has to be doing today that means they had to miss it. Why did he never visit her when she was in Atlanta? Why didn't he fly her into the UK after Thanksgiving? It just looks like he refused to spend time with her and her family and her events, so she had to follow him. This says things that make sense. Louis spending Thanksgiving with her and her family because her family is American and celebrates the holiday. Danielle spending Thanksgiving with her family and Louis going to the UK. Things that don't make sense. This. I don't think I will ever understand Louis and his relationships. I understand Louis and Harry's, obviously, but I will never understand like the whole like Louis and Eleanor from before, Louis and Danielle, Louis and Brianna, all this shit. Also, this person says, thanks everyone for confirming Danielle has never been to Doncaster because every time he goes, he's quiet. We literally do not get anything concerning his whereabouts. For the first time, we get a Snapchat of Danielle at the house, and suddenly every store shows us Louis stopped by. Yeah, isn't that so funny and coincidental? When Louis goes to Doncaster by himself, it's all quiet, nobody cares, there's no paps, like we don't see much. But all of a sudden, when it has to do with Danielle, every store is talking about Louis being there, and everyone's talking about Louis and Danielle. Like, it sounds so much like a publicity stunt to me. Also, this article came out saying Louis Tomlinson, Danielle Campbell split, Taylor Swift's ex Harry Styles confirmed main cause of breakup, Larry announcing relationship, the original's actress devastated. Wow, that was a lot in one title. So basically, this article is saying that Louis and Danielle broke up because of Harry, and now Louis and Harry are going to be in a relationship, and Danielle is devastated because of that. Like, what the fuck? To be honest, if that happens, I can officially say 2016 is a great year, because right now it's a shitty year. Can't wait till it's over. As much as I would like this to be real, it kind of just sounds like one of those articles that just wants clicks. But you know what? Someday, I really wouldn't be surprised if Louis and Danielle just ended. Now, next topic, the Chainsmokers. Okay, in my other videos, I've discussed already about the Chainsmokers being Larry shippers and how they've posted Larry related things. They're kind of like MTV now. But the Chainsmokers tweeted, "We are who we are and it is what it is," which is clearly Louis' tattoo. And then this says, update, the Chainsmokers tweeted Larry but then deleted it. Now, I know people can fake tweets. I don't follow the Chainsmokers, so I wouldn't actually know if they tweeted this or not. But according to this person, they screenshotted it and they said that they tweeted Larry. I wish it wasn't deleted because then we would still have hardcore proof. Now my last topic, Sugarscape ending. Now when I heard this, I did not believe it because I just can't wrap my head around Sugarscape not being a thing anymore. Like, they're actually closing down. Like, ever since I've been in this fandom, Sugarscape has been my source. They have posted everything Larry.